There you go. We need rid of him.
216 it is this weekend, Saturday night. It's going to be Ferguson versus Ali for the interim lightweight title. I think Conor McGregor did a press conference or something the other day. What was it?
No. He did an evening with Conor McGregor in Glasgow.
An evening.
And it was packed. It was fucking packed, man.
Was it televised?
Love him, hate him, whatever. That guy is, I mean, we all know he's a big star. But there was like 3,000-4,000 people there. It was packed.
Yeah. And look, he actually, it's kind of interesting. He picked you to beat the shit out of George St. Pierre, which I'm sure you loved to hear.
It isn't. The human mind is a very fickle thing because all of a sudden I like Conor McGregor again.
Simple
before
as that.
I was like, you know what, fuck Conor. But now he picked me to beat GSP. I'm like, you know what, Conor's all right, man. He did well against Floyd.
I guess they asked if he'd be interested in a George St. Pierre fight, and he said it's another money fight, even though he's been retired. I don't know. I think he's going to get his ass whooped by Bisping, to be honest. I think it's a mistake for him to step in at that weight after so long out. A lot of people are saying this about you. I think even Rory McDonald, who is fighting for the Bellator 170-pound title, and he's a former training partner of George St. Pierre and kind of lived in his shadow for a while. But he said that he thought it was a mistake and wouldn't have advised GSP to come back at 185 pounds. So a lot of people that are in the know are picking you to beat him in that fight. But we digress. Either way,
yeah, sure.
UFC 216 is happening. This interim title is a little bit strange. I was not expecting Lee to be thrown into the spotlight and to be given a shot at the interim title so quickly. Then I read.
No, but here's what happened. Of course, Conor's off and he fought Floyd. Massive event. You can't hate on him for that. Everyone made a ton of money. Everyone got rich. God bless them all. But that kind of left, the lightweight division in a bit of limbo. So, I guess in that circumstance, an interim title, I can see an argument for it. I know a lot of people online are talking shit, but it kind of makes sense because you got to keep the division moving, and what better way than to throw in an interim title fight, and then Conor can fight that guy whenever he comes back. So I think you can't deny that Tony Ferguson should be fighting for the interim title. Simple as that. And it should have been Tony versus Khabib, which they tried to do earlier in the year. Of course, Khabib never made weight and seems to have disappeared and gone MIA, which is a shame.
They offered Ferguson for the November 4th pay-per-view with you.
I know. On my card, that would have been fucking sick. Yeah. It would have been a great addition, so I'm very annoyed at that because Khabib has a lot of Russian fans and even more pay-per-view buys. But
and I guess Khabib said he wasn't going to be ready.
Khabib turned it down. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but once again, we're going off the topic. But get back in there soon, Khabib. I do like to see you fight. He just thought, fuck you, right?
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck at all. And here's my look, I don't give a shit, dude.
So how do you feel about him now?
Well, fuck Chuck Liddell. I'll tell you that right now. I'm no longer a fan. They say
that's all it took.
That's all it took. They say don't meet your heroes, right? Because then if you meet your heroes, they're fucking assholes. It's as simple as that. Now I am no longer a Chuck Liddell fan. If he comes back to Bellator, I hope Chael Sonnen picks him up and dumps him on his fucking head for 5 rounds in a row, and he fucking loses and has to go back into obscurity.
Just because he didn't, acknowledge you in Mel's Diner one night. See, here's the thing. So here's the other side. See, I get that all the time. For the most part, I always try and stop and chat to people. But we are human beings, and I'm not saying I'm some fucking massive celebrity because I'm not. A few people know who I am here and there. I get stopped for pictures and whatnot. It's cool, it's nice. But the thing is this: sometimes we're having a bad day. You know what I mean?
He wasn't.
Sometimes we're stressed. Sometimes I'm arguing with my girlfriend. Sometimes I'm just late. In fact, I'm always late. Yeah. I'm late everywhere I go. One of the worst things about me is my timekeeping, and it does matter to me. It's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't give a fuck. It's not that I think the world revolves around me and I'll just get there whenever I want. That isn't the case. But I'm just always late, and I try and make it up, and I'm rushing. I'm driving like a madman because I'm trying to not keep people waiting. But anyway, I digress. Now, I'm often late, and people stop and they want to have a conversation, and it's like, yeah, I'm really sorry, I've got to go. And they're like, no, hold on. And I'm like, dude, no offense, I've got to go. And they're like, oh, fuck you, man. I was like, no, it's not like that. I'm fucking late. Here, what's up? Shake your hand, quick snap, boom, gotta go. I remember once I was at an airport. I was going through an airport. I was in Vegas. I was leaving Vegas. As you can imagine, I was very hungover. And going through the airport, feeling like death warmed up. very dry mouth, very nauseous, on the verge of throwing up, feeling like, ugh, I hate leaving Vegas. And on top of that, I'm about to miss my flight. And then some guy's like, hey, Bisping, what's up? Just like you did to Chuck. And he wanted me to stop everything I was doing right there and then and have a long conversation
that's
with him.
crazy.
Maybe break down last night's fights or whatever. And, I just like kind of shrugged him off because I had to. I was running to the gate. And
did you acknowledge his existence?
He started shouting abuse. I said, sorry, dude, I got to catch my flight. And he said, yeah, fuck you, Bisping. And all this as I'm walking away.
Wow.
So, of course, that became more important than catching my flight. I stopped. I turned around, you what? I said, listen, dude, I'm fucking trying to catch a plane. That's all. No offense, man. It's nothing personal. But if I don't get to my plane, I'm going to miss my flight. And it's going to fuck up my whole day. Okay? So maybe Chuck was having a bad time, Lewis.
No, he wasn't, dude. He was having a great time. He was at Mel's Diner.
Was he laughing?
Yeah. Nobody said. Nobody goes.
Smiling.
He was having the best time of his life. I've never seen somebody happier, except for when I walked up to him and said, "Hi, Chuck." I didn't even say hi.
Embodied, happiness.
Dude,
if you look up happiness, it was Chuck Liddell in Mel's Diner
with his hot blonde chick and two fucking agents sitting next to him. He was dressed to the nines. He looked unbelievable. Here's my point, okay? And I am just kidding. I don't really hate Chuck Liddell now.
No, you hate Chuck Liddell. That is going to be the headline.
Fine. We'll name this episode Lewis Hates Chuck. I don't give a shit, okay? Fuck Chuck, like Vanderlei Silva said, okay? I want to fuck Chuck. No, my point is this. You have this, there's almost like a trade-off, right? And when you become a celebrity, right? And it sucks. It kind of sucks. But part of the job description in being a celebrity is the fact that you're recognizable, you have fans, and people are going to want to take pictures with you. They're going to want to shake your hand. They're going to want to meet you. And you reap the benefits of that celebrity. You get the millions of dollars and the TV spots and all the things that you want. And the negative side of it is that sometimes you're in a bad mood and somebody comes up to you and wants to take a picture with you and they're annoying.
Yeah.
I understand. If I went that far, dude, I'm human, dude. Let me tell you something. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm fighting with my chick and somebody comes up to me, for me personally, I get that all the time. So in the airport, it was funny as you mentioned that story. That same exact thing happened to me as I was flying out of LA. I got to the airport 45 minutes before my flight. It was crazy. And as I'm going to my gate, a fan goes, "Holy shit, Luis J. Gomez, Puerto Rican Rattlesnake." And he comes up to me and I'm like, dude, I'm running to my gate. I'm running so late. And he's like, can I take a picture? And I was like, dude, come with me. And I ran with him.
Yeah, that's off of my move. Yes, walk and talk.
Yeah. Which, for me, look, dude, I'm sure Chuck Liddell is very recognizable. He's, one of the biggest personalities of old school MMA. I'm sure he deals with a hell of a lot more than me. But at the same time, I do think it's a little bit shitty to kind of, I don't know, to not at least fucking give a nod or a point. I don't know. You don't owe anybody anything, but I thought it was disappointing as a fan.
I agree. Listen, I'll always give time of day, and I'll at least there in that situation. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, pal? That's all it would have taken, right? So yeah, but you never know. Listen, I don't want to sit here and blast Chuck Liddell. Because,
no, he's great.
He's a legend of the sport, and he deserves my respect. If it weren't for guys like Chuck, then I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Maybe maybe it's not, but that's what I should say. So I'm saying it. But it probably is correct. Guys like Chuck and Tito and Randy and those old school guys. I mean, of course, you got the Hoises and the Henzos and people like that before that really paved the way. But that early generation of superstars in the UFC, if they didn't succeed, the UFC would have went out of business. So, and maybe it was the Ultimate Fighter. So maybe it was me, Forrest, and Rashad that actually built this company. Who knows? I'm digressing and going off on a tangent. So maybe fuck Chuck Liddell. Fuck Chuck Liddell. Fuck Mel's Diner. And if you're not going to get a cheeseburger at 2 a.m.,